This is for Nutrition 220, Food and Culture, and the assignment is explaining my cultural groups. So, completing the following statement, I view myself as belonging to the following cultures. Two groups kind of come to mind. So, the first one is that I am definitely American, like the westernized culture. I was actually born in China. I was adopted at 8 months old as a baby, so I do not remember anything about China. I don't know their cultural traditions, I don't know their food, I don't know their language. I grew up in America, so I am very westernized American. I lived for the first 12 years of my life in Indiana, which is out in the Midwest. There is lots of corn there, so we definitely ate corn a lot. But my mom is actually Italian, so I grew up eating a lot of Italian-style dishes and very just hearty meals. So my mom would always make really, really good lasagna and homemade pizza, and so I grew up eating meals like that. And then when I moved to North Carolina, I started eating, I guess, more southern. They did not have Bojangles or sweet tea or those kinds of foods out in Indiana, so I started eating those whenever I moved over here, which I guess is technically considered the South. So the second group I think that I would associate myself belonging to is I am a Roman Catholic. So all the people that I grew up with actually in Indiana, it was a very small, tight, close-knit community. Everyone there was Catholic, so that was just kind of the faith around there. So all the Christians were just Catholic. And so I have grown up as Catholic. They talked about in our textbook how we don't eat meat on Fridays during Lent. So that is true. I did grow up doing that. And a few of the days out of Lent, we also fast. But those would be, I guess, the only really food correlations that I guess I could pull out of Roman Catholicism. But yeah, those would be the two biggest, I guess, cultural groups that I feel that I belong in. It was kind of a little bit of a culture shock for me whenever I moved, because in Indiana, I lived in southern Indiana. It was a very small, rural town, very tight community. I knew everyone. I never really had to make any friends because I grew up with everyone there. And then whenever I moved to the city in North Carolina, I lived in Winston-Salem. I had to go out of my comfort zone and make lots of friends in the middle of the school year. So it was a little bit of an adjustment, I guess, to it wasn't that big of a culture difference, but it was still a different region in the United States. So it was a little bit of a change. But yeah, those I would say would be the main groups I identify myself in.